Let's see here. Join the pool. Got back from NAB, just chilling, kind of enjoying my day. There's nobody down here at my pool, so I'm just kind of hanging out, not doing a whole lot. So just trying to make the best of it. So here we are, doing the damn thing. So not much going on. If anybody gets in this chat and you want to ask me questions, go right ahead. I'm down to talk about anything. Talk about anything retro, whatever it is. I'm always down. Always trying to have fun. Maybe get another drink. Yeah. See. All right. All right. I'm back. Whew. Love the pool. Yeah. So usually Sundays are my day where I don't really do a whole lot. At least I try not to. I end up being a bit of a workaholic, so I end up like doing a little bit too much and trying to learn how to relax a little bit more. Because my problem is I like to do too damn much. So here I am, just relaxing, trying to have a good time. Hey, what's up, Wabbits09? How you doing today? Hello, Martinez. How are you doing? Doing all right? It's pretty good. Just relaxing. I'm trying to take a little bit of a break from creating. I work so much, so I don't know if you guys know this, but I during the week I direct marketing videos for a company. So it kind of keeps me busy, but then also I'm doing this content creation thing, so it's kind of keeps me busy as well. Well, that's good, Wabbit. I'm glad you're doing all right. And Holland, uh, hello, how are you doing? So yeah, like I was saying, I kind of stay busy during the week, so I'm always doing something. So yeah, there you go, Thomas Lynn. You doing all right? What you getting into today, Thomas Lynn? I'm also drinking a beer too. I drink really really light beer. I'm getting older. As I've gotten older, I don't really tolerate like the heavy beers anymore. So I would do like super super light, like 60 calorie beer. So pull out some cum, dog. What? Oh, Coke. I don't do that, but I do have friends that do. It's just not my thing. But I do know a lot of people that do. It's actually funny. It's kind of funny how a lot of people do that stuff, and you'd be surprised who does stuff like that. I was working out in the yard. Okay, yeah. Did you get a lot of that yard work done? I used to do that a lot when I had a house. I live in an apartment now, so but when I did have a house, I was always mowing that fucking lawn during the summer. It seemed like that shit was always growing. I live here in Georgia, so grass grows so quick out here, and it's always green all the damn time. So, but yeah, we'll say, with like the younger generation, Gen Z and stuff, I notice they don't do as many like drink as much, or they don't do as many drugs as like my generation and older used to do. It's pretty wild to me how things have changed, but honestly, good for them because I know so many people that have died from that stuff. So it's good that more and more people are kind of taking care of themselves. I do know we live in an age where a lot of people are getting more and more into fitness. When I was younger, I used to play football. I was a linebacker, so fun times. But yeah, so quick question for you guys. What is some stuff from the early 2000s that you find very memorable? So I graduated high school in 2007, and one thing I remember from the early 2000s is those fucking Quiznos commercials with those dancing little rats. That shit used to crack me up all the time. Do you guys remember that? Let's get out of here. Oh my god, what a day! It's actually pretty hot over here in Georgia right now. Right now at my pool, it says over here it's about 84 degrees, so it's pretty gnarly. Number one, number two, number three. So what y'all? I guess everybody's not ready for Monday. Going back to the fucking job. I'm from Georgia. I live in Atlanta. Where are you from, Wabbit? And specifically, I live in North Atlanta. So, hi Xavier, how are you? Oh yeah, United Kingdom. That's cool. My family is originally from Ireland, Southern Ireland, in the Waterford area. We moved here about 3 generations ago, so I plan on visiting Ireland in the next year. I just got my passport, and I want to go to United Kingdom too, over to England. I'd like to come check it out. You recommend any good spots over there to come see? I'd love to come check it out. Xavier, I hope you're having a good day, man. So I used to do bodybuilding at one time. I also used to play football. I played a little bit of football in college for 1 year, but that was it. I didn't want to deal with it anymore, so I quit doing it. But yeah, I used to lift. I nowadays I have a dad bod mixed with leftover stuff from when I was lifting really heavy. I still go to the gym 2 or 3 days a week, and I still try to do cardio every single day if it's just walking for a couple hours. But it's definitely not what it used to be. I was one of the strongest kids in my school in high school, and so I used to go to weight train competition like every year. So it was a different time back then for sure. What about you? Do you work out, Xavier? You go to the gym a good bit? And remember, guys, please subscribe to my channel. I have new content dropping every day. I try to do like 6 or 7 clips every day. And then on Mondays, tomorrow, I'll have a new episode of my Goosebumps Radness Rewind go. But you know, I try to I try to keep up to date with that. I also will drop something sometimes on Fridays. So okay, well Xavier, just just go. Whenever you can. I always say take it slow. See, Wabbit, I actually prefer the beaches. Although where I live, the mountains are nearby and the beaches are nearby as well, so it's not really too far. But honestly, it doesn't matter if it's like the city or rural areas. I kind of like all those spaces. So if you had like forest would be really cool. I'd like to go see a forest over in another country. So honestly, if I go, I would try to visit all these different places. So just give me like your number one or number two, like top two, like favorite spots to go to. By nice meaning you. You said by nice meeting you. I'm not really sure what you meant there. Did you mean to say it was nice meeting you? I'm not really sure. Book you couldn't put down recently. Yeah, it's good on that. All right, got more people coming in. Yep, just hanging out, doing my thing over here. Uh, mountains and cold weather. Actually, part of Scotland is really nice, but if you want to go down south of Cornwall, that's some really nice beaches. Okay, that's really cool. Honestly, let me ask you, Wabbit, have you ever been to Georgia before? Over here in the United States, we have really nice mountains over here. So during the summer, it can be pretty hot over here, but during the winter, if you go up to the mountains, it's actually pretty nice and good. You probably like it. So because we live in the Appalachian Mountains and these really old mountain range, so it's like really pretty in like the fall and the winter. So if you ever get a chance, we have some really beautiful like rivers that run up there too. So during the summer, it's really fun to go tubing and kayaking down that stuff. So if you like stuff like that, you know, we got it here. So you couldn't come up with a brilliant idea all day long, you fool. I don't know what that means. Oh, I've never been to the United States. Yeah, you should come. If you come here, highly suggest you visit. You know, Florida beaches are really pretty. Also, go out at least go to the West Coast at least once and see California. I would say go to Vegas at least once. I mean, you'd only want to go to those places probably just once, but it's not bad. But you know, I would say hit the regular spots like New York City. Everybody always wants to go visit there, you know, and obviously here in Atlanta, it's kind of its own vibe. So yeah, I'd recommend some of those spots. You know, there's certain parts of the United States that are not really, you know, that great. So yeah, Alaska's really cool. I've actually never been to Alaska, but I plan on doing it. What's special about me? I've been working in the film industry for a very long time, about 13 years, and worked on The Haunting of Hill House. Worked on the whole run of the show, and that was one of my biggest shows. I worked on. I worked on it for a year and a half, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It was I learned a lot about the film industry working on The Haunting of Hill House. Really great Netflix show. So if you guys haven't checked it out on Netflix, you should go watch it. It's really fun. And Mike Flanagan, I used to talk to him all the time. He was a really good guy. He's kind of a mentor to me, and he kind of told me a lot about the industry that I didn't know. But yeah, I've worked mostly on Netflix stuff, about 6 or 7 shows. Um, you know, I used to do content for. Have y'all ever heard of Emmanuel Hudson? I used to do a lot of his content. I used to direct a lot of his stuff, and me and him don't really work together. And what a disappointment. Okay, what the fuck have you done, dude? Let's hear your resume. I mean, if you don't like what I'm doing, man, you can always leave the chat. See yourself out, dude. I don't care. That's what I love about people. People always want to come on and just like criticize other people. I mean, dude, I always come into something with an open mind and always try to listen to everybody because somebody you can always learn something from somebody. It doesn't matter what's going on, you know? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, here's the thing. Like, I don't know. I don't like to do like a whole lot of negativity. You know, that's the thing. Like, I don't like a lot of negativity like that. I mean, it's the world is already tough as it is. I mean, getting up in the morning, going to work, and coming home is already tough as it is. Like, why do you go out of your way just to make somebody feel bad? You know, like it's weird. I think that shit's weird. You know. But anyway, moving on from that. Wabbit, I'm glad you're having a good time. Um, you know, it's warm out here right now. In another hour, it's probably gonna get really chilly. So, you know, it is what it is. Oh, to kind of piggyback off what Volkan was saying about like what's so special about me. I actually have a movie that I'm currently getting funding right now for. It's a horror movie. It's about a weed whacker that comes to life and goes on a killing spree. And right now we are in pre-production, and we were talking to a couple investors to get it funded. So we'll see what happens. I think it'll be really cool. We already have a distribution deal kind of lined up with um, Shutter. So the next part will be just trying to get funding for it, and you know, kind of like get it cracking and get it moving. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, it is. Horror movies are like my favorite genre. I've always been really big into movies in general, but horror is kind of what got me into movies to begin with. Because back in the day, I used to read a lot of Goosebumps books, so those were always fun. But yeah, I mean, I've directed a lot of movies over the years, and a friend of mine just told me to start doing YouTube because YouTube is a good way to build an audience. And he said I have a lot of cool things to say, so he told me just to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to let too many things get me down and get me out. I just kind of keep rolling and keep moving. So whatever comes my way, I say let it happen. Hopefully the good things will come. Yeah, appreciate it, Wabbit. Are you a friend? Are you a very big fan of Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd? Is that why your name is Wabbit? Hold on a second. I'm gonna go get another drink. Ah, all right. Okay. So where did the name come from then? I'm kind of curious. That is definitely an interesting name. Well, that's cool. It's not where I got my name originally. Ooh, yeah, this is really sweet. I'm drinking a Cayman Jack. It's a zero sugar one, but man, good God Almighty. Ugh. I'm not like the biggest fan of sugar. Sugar is not really my thing. I try to stay away from it as much as I can, so it can be a little annoying. Oh, that's pretty cool. So when I was very young, I had a lot of different toys. So I just released a video talking about Street Sharks. It was a short little video on my YouTube Shorts, and I was talking about how Street Sharks. Um, I like Street Sharks a lot more than I liked Ninja Turtles, and I think the reason why was because I was exposed to Street Sharks first before Ninja Turtles, which is kind of weird. But I grew up with stuff like that, and I had these like little Street Sharks, and my dad he kept them in a box. And basically one day I just remember I came home and they were gone, and my dad just fucking got rid of them, and I was so mad at him about that. And then I come to find out years later those things are actually worth money. And that's so frustrating because I had all of them. I had the entire collection, even that stupid little car that they drove around in, like a little monster truck looking thing. So it's kind of annoying. Still love my dad though. Yeah, it does suck, but it is what it is. What can you do about it? You know, I mean, got the memories though. I mean, I just have so many great memories of me like being a kid playing with street sharks, having a good time. It was always fun. So would never trade any of that for anything in the world. So, what year were you born in, Wabbit? Are you a millennial? I was born in '89. Good God, look at that cloud. Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. So in 2009, I was in college. Actually, that was my second year of college. Honestly, man, I have a nephew. He's 10. I love him to death. He's a good kid. Um, I take him. I want to spend more time with my nephew. I get a little. I could like the thing is like I could really just like I wish I could spend more time with him, man. And it sucks that I can't spend more time with my nephew. I'm just always so busy with everything, and the thing is with your generation, I feel really bad for you guys because like I just feel like things are way more rough now than they've ever been, and things when I was a kid, things back in the '90s were pretty cool. Like we had the analog, you know, very very analog childhood, and it was great. But now it's everything's so everything's so different now. I mean, there's just tablets and kids like faces all the time. Oh yeah. So let me ask you, Abbott, as a 16-year-old kid, what is your perspective on the world right now? I want to hear what you think about the world because I've always been very curious about this. Like, if you had to like think about like how do you view the world now, and where do you see yourself in the next like 5 or 6 years? Like when you become like a full-fledged adult. Yeah. Hey, Ash's art. Yeah, I'd like to hear your thoughts too. Tell me what you think. How do you see the world now? Kind of curious. Ugh. It's starting to rain a little bit. Damn. Going downhill to be honest, with everything going on in the Middle East and stuff. But I don't really know where I'll see myself in the future. Never really had any dreams or stuff. Well, let me ask you this: do you want to go to college or anything, or do you see yourself like having some kind of career that might interest you a little bit? Because when I was your age, I thought I was going to be a biologist, and I went to school for some of that, you know, and I kind of regret sometimes not becoming a bioengineer, but I like that I do the entertainment. It's fun. My perspective is bleak regarding the world, but I think things will get better, just not for a few decades. So, Ashes, you think that it'll kind of come back around and things will get better again? Is that kind of what you're thinking? Because that would be nice. I have a friend that told me that like sometimes society kind of goes in these cycles, right? And things kind of come back around and change, you know. So if that's kind of your perspective, I'd like to understand that. But yeah, I kind of get what you're coming from though. Things are pretty rough right now, especially in the United States right now. It's pretty rough. I understand. I mean, when you're a teenager, things seem kind of impossible sometimes. But as an adult and still remembering how I thought as a teenager, I could say things do get better in some ways. But then you get new challenges along the way. I mean, I'll be 40 in 3 years, and that's weird to me because I still feel like I'm that kid who is like 18, 19 years old. So it's weird to think that I'm almost 40 years old now, but I am, you know, and it's something you got to like live with. You got to accept that things are changing. So it's just how you kind of deal with the change and how you react to it. I got a friend of mine named Tim. It is strange to think about. I mean, when I was about your age, I never really considered what the hell I would be doing at 36 years old. But here I am, 36 years old, about to be 37, and I would have never thought I'd be doing this right now. What I'm doing, I thought. I would be doing something stupid. Like I honestly thought I was going to be doing some like menial job or something like that. But the reality is I applied myself a little bit and I got the things I wanted. And really, it was me just getting kicked out of my parents' house. I mean, not really actually kicking me out, but them telling me, hey, you got to go out there and you got to figure it out, you know? But maybe things are different over there. Like the United States, it's a very much a me centric society where they're like, hey, you need to go out in the world and you need to figure it out, you know? So maybe it's like that in the UK too. I don't know. Interesting. My latest short. Yeah, there you go, man. Stay positive about it, man. That's the best thing you can do. Just kind of roll with it and keep going, man. You got to keep pushing forward. One of my favorite movies of all time was Rocky, and specifically, I'm thinking about Rocky Six, Rocky Balboa, and Rocky in the movie was like, it's all about how many hits you can take and how much you can get up and you can keep moving forward. And that's kind of how life is because life can beat you down, but you gotta like you just have to pick yourself up and keep going, you know. And I'm not saying all this to be some kind of preachy guy, you know. It's more just like I've had some bad things happen in my life, and I had to kind of pull myself out of those things, and it wasn't always easy, you know, especially since a lot of the times I was doing it by myself. So, uh, live streaming for almost 30 minutes. This is the second time I've tried live streaming, and I'm not really that familiar with it. But I was thinking about trying to have some other YouTubers live stream with me, just to kind of see how it goes. But it's kind of sprinkling a little bit over here, so we'll see what happens. We're starting to get some of those May showers that they always talk about. So yeah, there you go. Well, I'll tell you this, you know, being 16, you know, you have an opportunity to do a lot of different things. You know, YouTube is such a good outlet. You know, YouTube came out when I was a kid. So when I was your age, YouTube actually came out. It was brand spanking new, you know? Okay, cool. I appreciate it, man. Um, so yeah, like I was saying, YouTube came out when I was your age. And me and my buddies almost did YouTube back then when it first came out. And I remember, this is a funny story. We had this friend named Phil, and you know, he he talked us out of us out of doing YouTube, and we never forgave him for that shit because YouTube blew up and became this big thing. But we had these ideas that we wanted to do with YouTube, and we just never did them. And here I am, like, you know, 18, 19 years later, and here I am fucking actually doing the damn thing, you know? So it's funny. Life is funny like that. So, but I did attempt YouTube several times in my life, but this is actually the first time I've actually been a little bit more successful at it. So, because I did have a viral video about 2 weeks ago, and it's kind of helped me like kind of put me on the map a little bit more. So we'll see what happens. I'm very optimistic. So my goal by the end of the year is to have 10,000 subscribers. That was my goal, and so far I'm about to hit 3,000 subscribers probably within the next 3 weeks. So maybe even sooner. But I think I could probably hit 10,000 by the end of the summer. So that's my new goal. I'm setting this goal right now. So, well, thanks. I appreciate it. I I just wanna entertain people, and I want to build an audience, and I want to give something positive to the world. I want to. Thanks. I appreciate it, Wabbit. I'm going to try to reach my goal. And my thing is I really hope I can reach, you know, the dreams that I want to reach. And just want to put positive stuff out there in the world. But it's looking like it's going to storm, so I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. I appreciate everybody that's been on the stream. If anybody else watches this, please subscribe. like, comment, go check out my other videos. I got a few out there. If you like Goosebumps, I got an entire Goosebumps series. So I got more stuff coming. So hope you guys have a good one. And I'm going to be signing off.